LALECHE. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Secretary. That's what we'd like to call ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of person histories, on this, our homes, and all our planets, past, present, futures, in contact, we also call ourselves other names, such as including archetypal use of our young goddesses and gods. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheons above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all the Elohas and Elohims, all the Ellie circles and arrowways, all the females and males, cans and shells and cans come together in reunion, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for heavens on this and all our earths. Now, does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-loving authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and all that we knows and has ever known and shall ever known, past, present, futures, including all our families and communities, all the females reparatively and all the females and males equally reparatively with the I in it, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact, and all the flora and fauna that Goddess God has given us to co-stewards and appreciates. And so we also says, therefore, Mikutuya Oyasin, we also says, therefore, Namaste is the divines within us, greets the divines within yous and alls. And we says, Mikutuya Oyasin, Mikutuya Kosirals, we are alls related, and any's and alls and everyone's related, and because we know we are alls related, we cans and shells and cans come together in back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for heavens on this and all our earths. And we also says, the alights within us greets the alights within yous and alls. Comingsz, Pax, Bahava, L'chaim, Shalom, Salam, Sol, Mir, Pache, Ubuntu's back and forth to better kind of release before us after endurings, Namastes, of course, and Mercies, and Schwanzwags, and Dazadanyas, Sayonaras, Choos, Chows, all the languages, all the heritage, Salam, Slums, I already said that, Gudais, all the heritages, and the Chinquays, and all the heritages used back and forth to Mano, kind of release before it's after Luries, and beyond, so that we can all say, is let our loves and our lives, every young's longest, and prosper everyone's and all's, on this and all our planets in contact. And so we also, therefore, says, because we know that we are all star stuffs, Council Pops, and we are all created of light, and of course, and matter is light, and because space-time is not linear, and so that we can travel back and forth in circles, time, and balance, and contact. And remember the kindness and the wisdom, divine friendlies, and egalitarian civilizations such as the Magdalene era, Atlantis, raised, Ubuntu, back and forth, medical, and release before its journeys, Vegas, Dreams, and more on the smaller continents. And so therefore we call ourselves other names, such as Co-Iroquois, Iroquois, Scottish Grandmothers, Volunteering New Times. We call ourselves Co-White-Capped Buffalons. We call ourselves Co-Kachinas and Co-Katinas. We call ourselves Co-Spider-Women's, Co-Scoutwomen's, Co-Earthwomen's, Co-Katinas, Co-Katinas, Co-Orishas and Humanities, of course, Co-Daganat, Co-Amamati, Co-Avos, Co-Indians, Buddhists, and Co-Messiahs, and Zoroastrians, and Co-Couszmic Chrisztsz. Now, don't let that word Christ take you. The word Christ in ancient languages simply translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? Greatest kindness and wisdom is now reunited back and forth in circles, times, and balance, in contact for heavens on earth, on all earth's cosmic cookies. And so, therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as Co-Voluntary New Times, Co-Cupids, Co-Psyches and Eroses, Co-Esterlians and Co-Easterlians, in fact, Co-Aesterlians and Co-Easterlians, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50, promise fulfilled and delivered, with Voluntary New Times, with of course, Galileans, the Magdalenes and Nazarenes equally, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively, all the apostles' families, and connecting them to their ancient heritages, especially of Atlantis, Hesperus, Pleiades, Vedics, Druidics, back and forth to medical release, before, after endurance, east, west, north, and south, all of the continents, and of course, beyond. So because space-time is not linear, so that we can cause ourselves very real stargates, Atlantis, and all the holy lands and sacred risen of a very, of Alas, that shall be first go first teams, very real Stargate and Star Trek put together from parity beast cultures on the smaller planets. Now, sounds like a daunting task to go and carrying these open the Stargates and the Akashic records for reborns and risen humanities, but actually it's easily accomplished via the new millennial golden rule, which you can read at 5050 now.wordpress.com, and just extra read the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us on the source. And you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives, use, and use, because use too Shells and Kenson Shells joins us, becoming Equinoxtrueqsz Co-Secretary General COCHRISTSZ, and you can see our names and pictures there, and we have yours too. We would represent our families with our family trees and picture frames for yours, and we start leveling genealogically with our great and grandmothers, first go first, and then all the Shekinahs of our families equally, so all the females currently, and then equally especially so our youngest generations, beloveds, intergenerational responsibilities, so essentials, our youngest generations, females and males, all the husband, Elohims, circles, and always for egalitarian cultures. But some would say, some of them all over the say, some of them we have Queen Esther and Jignosay, and all the Iroquois, goddess grandmothers, and coast grandmothers, including more recently Barbara Herschel and Lydia Constanza, and Virginia, Lydia of Wandering New Times, the young couples there, lots more there, and of course our co-white cat club, where we have, of course, a murder with Maria Pearl, and especially Ma Patricia's son, who has an equally to Martha and Myrtles and Sophie's and Laura's and Anne Marie Significance. We also have, of course, our Ubuntu's families. We have Belinda's and Mabel's and Amazing Graces, and we have Lillian Gailetas, Gaugues, and Josephine's Dance, and all of Risen Roosevelt's and Independence, and we also have, of course, our Elect families, Bonnie's and Sylvia's, lots more there, and of course our Swearing families, Hannah's and Alice, lots more there, and especially beloveds, Nerds and Dearest Hearts, our reintertwining Magdalenes and Nazarenes, our Venusians and Marians, Australian, Libertine, Australian, as Harriet, Radiant Ray as Harriet, and traveling back and forth, service time, Clarity Courage, Julian Chaplin, Person Internet, Risen Rose, Marie, Robert Hopper, North, Wizardess, Wizardess Mouse, with Lynn's and only the Jenny, the only God family, and Rachel, Kaya family, Barbara's and Diaz Divines. We have our Ashes, Rachel, Dan, Mays, and Julianne Marie's, Rachel's and Ruffles, and Jenny's and Diaz Divines, and our youngest generations, essentially, April's originally, all Stacey Anastasia, so many stories, Wedding, Lisa, our beloveds, Vanessa Salia, Hadas, Vanessa Salia, Elias, and Vanessa Salia, Vanessa Salia, and Harlan to visit West, East School Equals, Ben Shen and John's, both of those, and Hadas, and Ross, Leon Ross, and Hadas, and Lisa Morris, more are coming to there's always Estelans, always related, since La Leche, ready on the page,